Injured at work in Virginia? Anytime you're hurt, try to avoid these common mistakes. Number one, failure to report your accident to your employer. The rule in Virginia is when you get injured, you got to tell your employer. The rule says that you have to do it within 30 days, but the truth is, if you wait even a day, 9 times out of 10, they're going to deny their claim. Most insurance companies use a rule, it's just called the weekend rule. People get hurt on a Friday. They don't say anything about it until Monday. And then it's called the Monday morning rule. And then the insurance company is going to deny it and say, oh, you got hurt water skiing, you got hurt moving furniture over the weekend. So if you get injured anytime, just report your accident to your employer immediately. The second most common mistake is people forget to file a claim. Well, what does that mean, file a claim? You have to file a claim with the Workers' Compensation Commission within 2 years. And this is a state agency. The mistake many people make is, they file a claim with their employer, but their employer, for whatever reason, they forget to file it with the state. And so if 2 years goes by, it's not on your employer to file it, it's on you to file it. So make sure you always file a claim with the Workers' Compensation Commission within 2 years. Another common mistake is people give a tape-recorded statement to the insurance company. 9 times out of 10, an insurance adjuster will call you and say, hey, Jeff, we heard you're injured at work. Do you mind if we take a tape-recorded statement? And you say, yeah, sure, of course, I'll do it. You give a statement and you say something against your interest, and they use that against you to deny your claim. So let me give you an example of how this works. I had a client right here in Richmond, Virginia. Her name was Loretta Shelton, and she cut her hand off at work. It was her first day on the job, and she was using a machine called a chopper. And the chopper had a guillotine-like blade that came down and it cut the cardboard to specifications. And what happened was the cardboard got caught up in the machine. She looked around, she saw what other people did, and they just sort of stick their hand underneath the blade and push the cardboard through. To this day, we don't know how it happened, but when she was pushing the cardboard through after it got stuck, the blade came down and it cut her hand off. And she picked up her hand, she wrapped it in a towel, she carried it to her employer, and she said, I cut off my hand. And they air vac'd her to a hospital. They sewed her hand back on. After about 6 surgeries, the phone rings. Well, of course, it's the insurance adjuster. And they ask, hey, Loretta, do you mind if we take a tape-recorded statement? No, absolutely not. I'll talk to you. Never mind the fact that she's hooked up to a morphine pump. Never mind the fact that she's in a hospital and just had her 6th surgery. They called her and took a tape-recorded statement. And they asked her about 100 questions, and she got them all right, except the last one. The last question was, well, Loretta, you knew you shouldn't have put your hand underneath that blade. And she said, oh, yeah, of course I do now. Well, thank you very much. I don't have any more questions for you. So they denied her claim because she allegedly admitted that she violated a company rule or policy, which simply isn't true, but they tricked her on the tape. The case was tried. It was lost at the workers' compensation level. It was won at the full commission level. The employer appealed it to the Court of Appeals, and the court, right before oral arguments, the insurance company settled the case for enough money to allow her to pay her medical bills and have rehabilitation so she can work in another line of work. So those are the most common mistakes. But if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call right here at my office in Richmond, Virginia. Don't wait. Call 804-888-8888. Geoff McDonald Associates.